Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another anime Shenanigans episode.
Yes.
Episode insert here.
Even I forgot. I'll know by the time I upload it. So there we go.
You know what? You know what's the good thing about us doing 2 episodes at a time? 2 episodes
What's
of
that?
My Hero at a time is that by the time this season's done, we'll be at around the same amount of episodes that we recorded for the last, I guess, season of.
Yeah.
Shenanigans, because we only did like half the season last time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
So that's why we're doing a whole season, but we're doing 2 episodes apiece. So
yeah, it does work out. It actually works out like especially well like for a week like this, where literally like they're essentially the same. Like they go together. So
yeah, they go together, definitely. Which actually we should have. Let's just stop recording because the next one goes really well with this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Which I'm sure it's going to be fine with the next 2, or maybe we should do the next one separately. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but these 2 go together very well.
Yeah.
The
first one's episode 12, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So 12 is Unforeseen Hope, and then 13 is Infinite 100%. So we're going to talk about those 2 right now. So guess starting with episode 12, literally it starts off with Mirio still fighting Chisaki.
Yeah.
And everything's going bad, and then Deku comes busting through the wall, and then oh cool, Deku's here. And then
the intro.
I think this is like they talk to the wall guy and say like,
yeah,
hey,
they talk to the wall guy, and the wall guy's like, drugs are wearing off, so he's not as good anymore. And he's just like, oh, I hate those villain
he's
guys.
Coming down from that high.
Yeah, he's coming down from that. Yeah, he had that scissor or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's just cursing about the villains. The League of Villains, whatever.
Yeah,
League of
he's
Shadows,
just mad
or
at
whatever
him,
you call.
ruining his
They're
plan.
just like, oh, I'm gonna eat them, evil stuff. You know how evil people are. But he just hates them because he got betrayed, of course.
Yeah.
And I guess this whole thing's about the cops and everybody else talking about what they're gonna do next. And then it cuts to Rocklock, who's still alive.
Yeah,
But
even though he got stabbed, he's just fine.
It's fine. He's fine.
Wrapped up.
Whatever. Yeah. Which this is like his moment to make us kind of like him, I guess.
It felt like kind of forced. Like it's just like, oh, go, but then wait, let me give you my backstory, my motivation.
There is some forced stuff in My Hero, but that one felt pretty forced because he's just like, you guys, I know I've been a dick the entire time.
Literally, I don't know if he says dick, but he like essentially says that. Like it's like, sorry for being an asshole to everyone.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I've been so mean and strict. But I'll tell you right now, we need to stop standing around and moping and stuff. We need to go and save that little girl. And then they're all like, he's right, let's leave him alone because he's hurt. It's pretty much his excuse to be like, I can't do it. I can't go.
And then as they're running away, we get a really quick flashback of it, I guess, or sorts, where it's like his wife and kid. And
he has a wife
that's
and
my
a kid.
motivation.
Yeah, that's his motivation. He's like, that's his motivation to not fight anymore. I guess.
It was almost as brief as, remember when Magna died, where it just randomly showed like Magna's backstory, and it's like
I was expecting him to explode. But I do find that funny that everybody in this show has been fighting, and they keep fighting until they're either passed out or they're dead or just something. Not that anybody died yet, but they'll keep fighting until they can't fight anymore. He gets stabbed once he's done. He's like,
Aizawa got stabbed, and he's fine,
Yeah, he's still going.
I guess his was like the gut or something like.
Yeah, I guess so.
But,
yeah, I guess so. But still, I mean, I don't know. He hasn't used his quirk once to really help. At least I don't remember him.
I mean, for anyone who is upset that we're ragging on Rocklock, to be fair, he hasn't really done anything. He's just been kind of mean the entire time.
And now this is his moment. Like, I have a family. I have a kid. I'm not that bad. I'm like, no, you are.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
And then it cuts to in the top, like above them, there's like Twice and Toga, and they're like, oh, I got a plan. Let me whisper it to you, and then we don't really know what that is yet. But
they do that.
The typical like cartoon or anime thing where it's like.
I want the person that's listening to the whispering just go like, I don't know what you did. You just said you just said a bunch of gibberish. You went ouch in my ear.
Please speak up for the audience. Like they can't hear you.
It was like, we go betray him. Jesus.
I mean, if that was Deadpool, he could have done like a fourth wall joke right there and been like,
that's true.
say it louder for the audience.
Exactly. But all right, so yeah, they come up with a plan which doesn't come into play until the next episode. Spoilers, but spoilers. Something happens, and then this is when we get back to when Deku bursts through the wall.
Yeah,
and Night Eye and Aizawa. Yeah. So he busts through. He's like, "I need to save her." He does a normal Deku narration.
Yeah.
And they're there and they're fighting, of course. And then there's a little bit of conversation, but then what's his name? The Chrono guy? That's his name, right?
Oh, yeah, the guy. So they rush in, and Deku and Aizawa are like, we need to go take down Chisaki. Night Eye, you go help Eri and Mirio, and then he goes over and hugs them. And then what's it called? Overhaul's mad because his quirk isn't working. He's like slapping the ground. It's like not working, and he's like, "Time to get up, Chrono!" And then his lackey, who was like passed out from earlier, I guess. I think Mirio like knocked him out or something. His quirk activates, and it's his hair, right?
Yeah. It reveals it later, but we see it like before I guess they announce what it is. But it's like his hair is like the minute hands on a clock or something. I watched this episode twice, and I tried to pay attention to that part. I was just like, you lost me.
They said the short hands make you slow, and I guess that means the long hands make you fast, like that. Yeah. Imagine he hits him with the wrong one and just like makes him go super
it's so weird. What if he has a haircut?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I guess he's screwed. So here goes his quirk for a little while at least.
I was kind of wondering that, like, there's that girl in Class B. She has the vines for hair.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if you'd even need to like cut it, or you like just choose how long it is. Or, I don't know.
What if it's wet?
Yeah.
I guess he's screwed again.
Yeah.
His quirk sucks. Anyway, he stops Aizawa for a little bit, slows him down because that's one of his quirks.
It makes him like the speed of a snail or something.
Yeah, he's like, I can barely move, and then he's like, I gotta close my eyes for some reason. And if he closes his eyes, then Overhaul can use his ability again.
Yeah.
After this, a big thing happens where like the ground explodes, and I think Chrono like attacks Aizawa, and they're gone. We'll see them in a second, but and then right as this happens, this might be the reason why the ground explodes. I don't remember exactly, but Overhaul fuses himself with another of the
truth guy.
I forgot his name.
The Confession.
Confession. There you go. Of course. So he fuses it with. He's just like, "Hey, you'll sacrifice yourself for me, right?"
He's such a loyal lackey, and then like,
he's like dead on the ground already. He can't like say like, "Wait, no, I don't want to." He like forcibly reconstructs his body to go with him.
Yeah.
Which I assume would kill the guy, but later on, I guess it's revealed it doesn't really.
So it does, but I think in the other case. I'll get to that.
Oh, it makes sense. It makes sense, actually. Yeah. Just thinking about it does make sense.
So now Overhaul's got 4 arms, and he's just kind of sronger in general.
Yeah, he looks pretty cool. He has like the beak mask thing became more sinister looking.
Yeah.
Now it opens. He has like a mouth. It's a little weird. But,
by the way, this is like this episode and the next one, the animation is like crazy. Like really good in certain parts.
There's a lot of really good animation, especially in the next episode.
Yeah.
But, this one has some good ones.
Now we cut to like a random cutaway to the clock hand hair guy who's like over Aizawa. Now we get the quirk explanation. And it's
he's just like he's talking as like, oh man, I don't know. He's just I don't know what he's saying to me. He's just talking about like how they're better or something.
Do you like when they pause it and talk about the quirk, or do you find it like weird?
Oh no, I like that. I like that. The only times I don't like it is when I already know what the quirk is because it's so obvious. I'm like, all right.
But especially with him, it's like, what the hell just happened? Like, he makes people like a pause or something. I don't know. But
I guess. Yeah. So he explains, and I'm presenting Mike, and I'm still like, I don't understand. The way you explain it makes more sense to me.
I love how. You just got to think like out there, President Mike's just watching all these on like cameras, like all this go down, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's quirk," and like he talks about it, like doesn't go for help, doesn't.
I can imagine President Mike might even get killed in this series, but
he'll
still do the narration. He'll still do the narration somehow.
He's like he's like bleeding to death and has to talk about some other guy's quirk, and they're like, "You got to talk again." He's like, "This guy's quirk."
This guy's quirk makes it so that he can fart tornadoes or something like that. All right.
And you just hear him like,
someone give me a napkin. Blood all over my face.
That is so messed up.
Poor guy.
Oh, so yeah. now it's just Deku and Overhaul. Deku's like, oh, I got to look around, assess the situation. Night Eye's holding with Mirio and
he's
Eri,
like taunting Mirio and stuff. He's just like, see, this is why you shouldn't have messed with me, son, or something. He didn't say that, but he's just like, you heroes are blah blah blah. That's why you shouldn't have all quirks, yada yada, stuff we heard Overhaul say for the last like 8 episodes. Yeah. So he's just like talking crap to Mirio, and he's about to attack Mirio, Night Eye, and who else? Who else is there?
Eri.
Izawa, I guess, or no?
Eri.
Oh, Eri, yeah, of course. Then Deku stops him.
Yeah, and he's pretty smart about it. He cuts one of the spikes off and doesn't touch him directly because otherwise, he'd be screwed.
Yeah. So that happens, and then Night Eye and Overhaul fight. He's just like, I'll take care of this for now. You guys get out of here. I'm cool. I got my stamps. And he's like,
I got my stamps.
He's throwing stamps.
I'm about to put my stamp on this fool.
Yeah. Well, he definitely does in a minute. But
we get a pretty cool explanation and little insight to Night Eye. He's fighting him, and he's looking into the future to see where he's attacking and stuff, but he refuses to go farther than a few seconds, and it kind of shows why. He said like he blamed himself for all this stuff that happened to All Might and stuff because he said, what if the reason I can't change the future of what I see is because I saw it in the first place? Like, he's saying, what if I never saw it at all? Maybe it wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
And he was saying, like, basically, I'm not going to look too far into Overhaul's future because what if I see him kill Mirio or Deku? I'm not going to be able to stop it. So he sticks to just a few seconds, and ultimately it gets him stabbed. Because he can't see far enough into the future, I guess. I don't really know how that works.
I think he I think he knew it was going to happen, but I think he was, because he like, right when he gets impaled, he's talking about, like, just let me see a future where they escape or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think he is at that point looking very far into the future, and that's why he doesn't really care that
he looks far. He says that, I think, after he gets impaled. I think right after.
Yeah, right after, right? Like, he gets impaled and he's like, everybody's like, what? And then he's just like, let me see it. Let me see the future.
Yeah.
Where they win and stuff. So yeah, before that, I guess we get a flashback of Night Eye and Mirio, where he's talking about, like, he's talking to Mirio, telling him, like, you have to start predicting enemies' moves, not like me where I can actually see it, but you just have to predict them. He also talks to Gran Torino. This is what you were talking about earlier, with the him discussing why he doesn't like using his quirk.
Yeah.
And then like right before that, Deku and Mirio try to get Eri out of there. Like, they're like, we need to get him out of here.
And then they're getting ready to go, and she like is pressing up against Mirio, and she gets like blood on her hand. She starts freaking out, like it's happening again. Like, I'm the reason for all the shenanigans going on. There's a name drop for the
name drop.
Right there.
All them shenanigans. Thanks, Eri.
Yeah, and then Overhaul tries to stop them, and then meanwhile Night Eye's impaled, and then like and Deku like stops this wall of spikes with just stomping on the ground. Like, he's pissed.
Yeah, that's good.
He does a 20. I think it's 20%.
Yeah,
right?
he says 20%. Yeah,
and he said like his whole body's like grinding against itself, which sounds like terrible. But he's got to do what he can. And then here's when Deku like hits him. Does he really hit him?
No, I don't think he does. I think he missed him.
Okay, so he basically said to
says
himself,
like, he's like, he dodged me or whatever.
He's like, I can't like damage him because he'll just repair himself, so I got to knock him out. I got to do like one hit.
And then
he goes off the ceiling in a really cool animation scene. Like, this is a taste for what's to come. He drops down from the ceiling, does a huge kick, and whether it lands or it doesn't land, he overall's fine from it. And and then it cuts.
I guess he moves his head in the same way it would look like he's getting his head hit,
Yeah.
So he's like just moving it barely out of the way. I'm assuming, or he just took that kick. I don't know. But they made it seem like he just dodged it.
Yeah. And then we cut to Mirio. I don't know if you noticed this, but this is very similar to All Might crawling through the hallway, like leaning on the wall. It looked just like that. Mirio's like collapses in the ground, and he's probably lost a lot of blood, I imagine, after being stabbed with everything.
He's already like leaving a trail of blood.
Yeah. And then here's a really like kind of chilling scene. The guy Chisaki, that confession guy that he absorbed. He makes that guy's hand like face on his hand. Yeah. And he starts doing the confession to call out to Eri.
Yeah, which reminded me of what the limb guy that can do that.
Shoji, the
Shoji.
Duplo Arms guy,
Yeah.
So he's calling to her, and like how confession works, you got to tell the truth, you got to like do all that, and she's tired of seeing everyone hurt. She goes out there, and Deku's like, "Oh, you got to go back to Miria. You can't stay here." And she's like, "I'm tired of seeing everyone hurt." And then he makes her admit that like she doesn't think that Deku can win, and obviously she's making her way out there, and Deku basically has a pretty rallying speech at the end of like, this future that's been told is going to happen. Like, because I think Night Eye's dialoguing over this right now. He's saying, "You can't win. I saw the future. You die." And the Deku's like, "No, I'm going to smash that future."
Yeah, smash the future. Yeah.
And then Dragon Lady comes down. Right?
Yeah, so well, I just wanted to mention that Deku right before the Miria scene happens, because they keep showing in Night Eye's like little predictions or whatever that he's getting skewered. Or not skewered. You just see a bunch of blood
flashing on him. Yeah.
So you think that's just the end for Deku in his future, and that scene happens. You see that exact scene, and you're like, "What the hell?" And then they skip right to Mirio. You're like, "What?" And then it comes back. And he just has two things inside his legs. So I'm just like, "All right, a little fake out, but okay." But anyway, he's badly injured, and they're talking about like, "I'll smash that future inside," and then the Dragon Lady just pounces right through the ceiling, and then the episode's like, "Nah, you're done." Yeah, it's over.
And that's basically where the episode 12 ends up. Pretty big cliffhanger. That was, overall, like I remember when I first watched that episode, I remember like kind of feeling afterward that was like kind of a depressing episode. There was nothing about it where you're like at uplifting. Even at the end, like he had Deku had the thing where like, I'll smash the future, but like you have Night Eye who's impaled, Deku or Mirio's like passed out on the ground bleeding in the hallway, and like overhauls.
Ares just like considering
giving up
and going back. Deku's impaled. Night Eye's done. He lost an arm. Like we keep saying he's impaled, but he also lost an arm.
Yeah, it's like his whole arm has like a spike through it, and he's got like, the giant one in his stomach or wherever that is, and
which like I don't know about his stomach. I think that took about a few organs.
Yeah,
that's like
I think it's
half the size of his
spine,
body.
honestly.
Yeah, his spine's done. Like, he has a hole in his chest. He's done. Yeah, if you move that spike, he's done.
Yeah, I mean even if you left it in, he's like done.
Yeah.
And then we get episode 13, which a lot of people have said it's like their favorite episode of the entire series. Yeah. I don't know if I'd go that far, but
I wouldn't either.
It's like top three. It's like top three, I think.
It's
just in terms of the animation alone, because my God, it gets crazy.
It's quite good. So. It's quite good. Anyway, you want to start this one? Or?
Sure. We cut to just before that happens when they crash through the floor. We get Ryukyu, the Dragon Lady, Uraraka, and Froppy. They're cleaning up the mess with the big brawler guy who was at the gate.
Yeah, I just call him Big Dude. I don't know.
Yeah, like a big dude, yeah.
They say it in the subtitles, I think, but I don't care. His name's Big Dude.
Yeah, so his quirk is to steal like stamina from people if he touches them, but he takes the quirk, or the booster that the wall guy took, and he lets him steal it from people near him and doesn't even need to touch them. Yeah. So he breaks out of the restraints, and Uraraka and Froppy, they kind of pass out, and so Ryukyu's left to fight. And skimming past the intro.
And one thing I want to say, this big dude's kind of a creep. And this is the thing.
Oh my gosh,
yeah. He's creepy, but he's more creepy in the Japanese dub.
Oh yeah,
which is weird.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you mean. I actually listened to that one after this one. Yeah, it's
because he's like perving out. No, he's not perving out. I shouldn't say that. He's just he's being very misogynistic. Yeah, he's a villain, so that works. Yeah, but
it's bad though.
He's like, hey broads, I'm like Jesus.
And then what's her name? Nezure or something. She comes over and like try to help. He's like, "Come here, let me like feel you or something."
Yeah.
Like,
so I was like, "Whoa!"
And even she's like, "You creep! Like you freaking weirdo!" And starts like blasting him.
They cleaned that a little bit up in the English dub. It's still
a little bit. It's still
yeah.
It's definitely harsher in the Japanese one. For sure.
Yeah. He's just it doesn't help that the guy's voice in the Japanese dub is way more intense.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Anyway. Don't worry, he gets his comeuppance or whatever you want to call it.
I guess so.
In a little bit here.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you felt about this. So first of all, Deku appears on the street. And he's like, hey, there's help over here. You go bring everyone over here, even though they're all like barely standing with their stamina. So they're like, okay, let's go slam this giant dude over there and slam him into the ground to go help.
Yeah,
so
really convenient that they picked that one spot. Like,
yeah,
I guess they knew. It's fine. I don't
yeah. So Uraraka makes the guy float. Ryukyu flies him over there, and Froppy drags from the ground. And I thought this. I've defended the dub a lot, but this was really cheesy.
It was really cheesy.
Yeah, there was like no oomph behind it. So basically, they all three are like plus ultra, but it sounded like a whimper. Like I guess they're like barely not passed out, but I mean, still, it was
pretty wimpy. Well, in the Japanese dub, it's much better too. I don't want to be that guy where like, yeah, the Japanese dub's better.
Yeah, I think they're both good almost all the time in the dub. I thought this was really weak.
It was weak because I listened to it like I watched it a few days ago, but I skipped through it again today just so I can get caught up again. Because I have the memory of a gnat, I think. So it's just like I'm like, I don't remember. But I was watching. I was like, ooh, I cringed pretty hard. Actually, I was like, oh no.
That was like one of the few times I thought the dub was like why don't they just like yell louder? Like it feels like it was their first take. It was like their first take. They're like, yeah, you want us to say plus ultra? They use that as their recording.
Yeah, they only have a couple days, I guess. They got all right, that's fine. Just go.
They slam him in the ground, and
and
it shows what's his name, Shigaraki, Toga, and they made a clone of Mr. Compress, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his name.
Yeah, Compress.
And they said that little whispering we talked about earlier. Their plan was, we're gonna copy Compress. He's gonna dig us a tunnel to the surface, and she's gonna fake to be Deku and tell him to. Because basically, what they're doing is they're trying to get these two to fight each other because they don't like either group. So they want to screw over Overhaul and the heroes. So
right,
yeah,
which is hey, playing both sides, but not really. He was trying to. I mean,
that's kind of more or less what Shigaraki wanted, right?
Yeah, they're playing both sides, kind of in a way. I mean, the heroes don't think they're trying to help him, but I guess intentionally. I mean, not unintentionally. I guess intentionally they are helping the heroes by, sabotaging Overhaul completely. Overhaul would have gotten away with most of the stuff too if it wasn't for freaking the League of Villains. Just
I know, they kind of because the wall guy wouldn't have gotten pissed and like freaked out, so he might have been more successful.
I mean, Deku wouldn't even be able to go through that wall to fight Overhaul, most likely, right?
Yeah,
I'd assume he'd be able to control that, but the drug was wearing off also, so I guess as they say earlier in this episode. But so anyway, the whole like teaming up with the League of Villains actually screwed them completely.
Pretty much. Yep. And then it's funny because they're all above the hole, Mr. Compress, Toga, and Twice, and her Deku mask goop is
the eye was weird. The eye was messing with me.
It looked like a horror movie thing, like Deku's just like melting.
Yeah. I do want to say though that like anime eyes, like for in anime it works, but when it's gooping off of a character that has way smaller eyes than the other character, it's really disconcerting. That's just weird.
Yeah. And then she's naked ? I don't know.
I guess that's supposed to be naked. I don't know.
I don't know if it's like supposed to be like a skin tight suit or something, but whatever. She's like ? naked, and then they're all just like, would you put some clothes on? And then
lewd.
And that I don't know why can you tell me why they did this? They want Mr. Compress's clone to go down there, and they're like, and he's like, I don't want to go down there, and they slap him on the back. You're just a clone. You don't matter. And they pushed him in the hole.
I guess maybe to make it seem like they're helping. Maybe.
Because it didn't go anywhere after that. Like
he just gets killed and turns into a goop. The Dragon Lady just bites him in the neck and he turns into goopy.
And he like melts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming it was just if Overhaul saw there's a League of Shadows guy.
Yeah.
League of Shadows is Batman. League of Villains thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Besides that, I'm sure they explained it, but I don't remember.
So here's where the episode gets like crazy.
It gets metal. It gets metal.
You can just tell, I can see the dollar signs appear on the screen in terms of the budget. By the way, I got some flack a few weeks ago. I said that It was like the Kirishima Fat Gum episode. I just said in that reaction, like, oh, this one clearly got like more of the budget. And what I mean is they don't just say like, oh, this episode's gonna get like not much money. This one's gonna get a lot. But it's like you can tell where the animators' hours were spent, like
exactly
in terms of animating things. That's what I mean by it. Like this one clearly got like I'd probably guess like a third of this season's budget was probably in like these last 2 episodes. So
yeah, maybe just this arc itself was probably half the budget at least.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe the next half. You already read the manga, so you know if it's gonna go crazy. But
yeah, I will in different ways.
Will? Hell
it's
yeah,
gonna be exciting.
Okay,
but,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think everyone will really enjoy the second arc of this season because this first arc has been I don't want to say like depressing, but it's like. You know, in the beginning, you had like All Might. Oh, you're gonna die, All Might, like that stuff, and then you had like Mirio losing his quirk, and obviously all these people getting the shit kicked out of them, and against fighting Overhaul's people. So
you had the weird pervy photograph guy.
Oh God, yeah,
that was the first.
And then
episode.
the tickle machine, the tickle machine in episode 2.
Yeah, so, the tickle machine. Don't forget the tickle machine. Can't forget that.
No, never. Not Bubble Girl.
No, Bubble Girl, my favorite character. Who I'll just say this: she shows up again in the next episode. So. Yeah, because I watched the next episode. I won't say.
And she always has to wear that costume. Always.
No, she's actually in a business suit in the next one.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
About to say props to her because you know.
That's why I interrupted you because you give her props and I couldn't handle it.
It's like the most awkwardly revealing costume I can imagine, like a hero having.
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of like Momo, where she needs to like literally have skin revealed to like do her thing, but I don't know if she makes bubbles from her stomach. So
it's really weird that all female characters need to have skin revealed.
Yeah,
you think that's weird?
Yeah,
that's strange.
Yeah,
yeah. I always equate it to Metal Gear Solid 5 with Quiet, one of the main characters. Girl? She breathed through her skin. That's why she has a bikini on the entire game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay.
Plot.
She
plot.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, here, you know, obviously there's a giant hole in the sky now, and rocks are falling everywhere. And Overhaul's like, I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough. I'm launching myself up on this spire. I'm taking Eri with me, and we're out of here.
Yeah.
And Deku is like, no, hell no, you're not. I'm gonna go get her. And he jumps up at her, and one of the pieces of debris that got flown up with Overhaul is Mirio's cape.
Yeah.
And Eri sees it, and she, you know, she kind of realizes that, I should probably just reach out because these people are just going to keep hurting themselves.
Yeah, they're just going to keep going.
Take it. Yeah. I'm going to take that chance. And then now we get Overhaul's kind of backstory finally. Kind of what he's about. If you want to talk about
that. All right. So we got a little bit of backstory at first for Eri, doesn't it? Like it was like a mixture of Eri.
Yeah, it was kind of both.
Yeah, because we find out that Eri's mother. Is this the part? Yeah, Eri's mother abandoned her.
So yeah, the Yakuza boss is her grandpa.
Yeah, I should have said that too. Yeah, the Yakuza boss we keep seeing in the flashbacks is the grandfather of Eri, and Eri's mom, who we don't have a name for, which he says that, I'm assuming that means was that his daughter, the mother, or was that his
yeah, he said the mother was his daughter. Okay. And he also says she abandoned the daughter. Yeah. But I don't think that's the case. You ever watched the outro? And it shows it shows the mom's like vanishing like the dad did. Like they show in this part right here that the dad one day like reached out to touch her, and she made him like just like disintegrate, like go away, like not exist.
The boss did say though that she kept calling her like a monster or whatever, or cursed or whatever.
Oh, did he? To be fair, okay.
I think not a monster, but he said, well, he could be lying, I guess, or she could have been saying that, but she didn't abandon, and that would be way darker if Eri actually ended up killing her.
I don't know, because in the outro it shows her like feeding her and like coloring with her.
I guess that could be before that happened with the dad.
Maybe.
Too.
Oh, maybe it was like after. Maybe it was like because she made the dad vanish that she thought she was a monster.
I'll feed her, but I don't like her.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could be. And also, she seems like she's much younger in the outro, because in the little flashback,
she looks like a toddler versus like kind of like a baby in the.
Yeah, she looks like she's maybe 3 or 4 in the flashback, where she looks like she's probably 1 or 2, and Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So she abandoned her because Eri accidentally killed. I'm assuming killed the dad.
Yeah, he's done. He's just a pile of clothing.
He's just clothing. He got raptured. So she killed the father, which of course she was like immediately like evil child right there. Omen.
Yeah.
And it's also revealed that she has no idea how the quirk works.
It's worth noting. I don't know if they mentioned this now or later, but it only works on people.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on like objects. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's a good, or I guess living things, right?
Yeah, living things. Yeah,
so it could work on animals and stuff. So. But anyway, Overhaul immediately gets the idea like, wait, hold on, it's because the boss says it's like his quirk where he can reconstruct things, but it's not exactly, and he figures out that no, it's actually it rewinds.
Because he's testing on rats, and they like just vanish.
Yeah, they just vanish into like little babies. It's like, all right, so it's definitely different because his just like he can reconstruct something that looked like like an arm. He can reconstruct it to look like an arm, but he can't reverse it back to being. It would be weird if she just like made Deku's arm like a baby arm. So I was just thinking,
like a Deadpool like baby arm.
Oh yeah, he has baby legs. I was just thinking about that. I don't know. Anyway,
there's a really creepy scene. It shows Overhaul cutting Eri.
Oh yeah, you just see like him cutting into the black.
She got like the bandages, and it's just like messed up.
Like, whew. This show gets messed up sometimes. I want to be happy. What is this?
Like, you'll get some happy in the second half of the season for sure.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm sad.
This whole season, that'd be so bad if this whole season was depressing. I don't know if that would go too well. Yeah,
I'll be like, I wished for this to happen, but now I want it to stop. Everybody keeps dying. Anyway, so they reveal that Overhaul, of course, he gets the idea about the quirk. And then he figures out that it's rewind. Like, she has the power to rewind stuff. And I think that's it. I don't think it goes into.
There's another flashback later.
Yeah, there's a flashback later. But then it gets back to the present. I think where Deku grabs Eri, promises never let go. They have that music.
Oh yeah, as he's like jumping up to her, it's like all quiet, and you just hear like this really kind of beautiful singing. I think it's in English too. Yeah,
which is weird because in Japanese and the Japanese dub, it was just the English song.
But maybe it's like you know how Cowboy Bebop is Japanese, but they have like English singing in that too.
That's like, true, but that's also that also had a lot of inspirations from like old westerns.
Yeah, and this has inspiration from western like comics, so I guess that's kind of cool. It's a nice touch. Yeah, it's cool. When he was saying, as Overhaul is saying, like her quirk is rewind, that's when it shows Eri jumping past Overhaul. Yeah, and her quirk activates and it rewinds what Overhaul did to fuse with the guy. Yeah. So like their bodies become like separate again.
Separated, yeah.
And then she grabs obviously the cape and she jumps off the Deku and does what you said. They reconnect.
Yeah. And, he's like, I'm sorry. He does this the typical Deku thing where he says the same thing 18 times in the span of like 3 or 4 episodes. And he was just like, I won't let go this time. And they hug.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because I imagine like he was pretty sad about the alleyway where he did let it go. And now he's like,
it was eating up at him, so I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they embraced. That was cute. And
now the animation kicks in.
Yeah, then the animation kicks in. So of course, overall ain't having it. But it doesn't matter. Deku immediately goes on the attack. And I was a little confused in my reaction, like what happened, because you don't really see too much.
Yeah, I think he kicks.
He does kick, but the animation looks a little weird because he's going so quick. So it's just like, I was like, what happened? and to the point where the Dragon Lady shows up, and I was like, all right, what just happened?
He basically like Dragon Ball Z teleports. They're like, zing, like they exactly. Like, go to somewhere else. Like that's more or less what happens, but. Overhaul his mind, he's probably like, what the just happened?
Like, what just happened? He's like all bloody too. Like, I don't even know what happened. He's like reconstructing his arm and stuff because he just got messed up hard.
He gets knocked to the ground and then wind just hits everything and everything collapses and then like the animation's like, holy shit, it's like really fluid and just awesome looking.
Yeah.
And then Overhaul, I assume, falls on the ground and like breaks his arm.
Yeah.
But before that, it shows Deku literally flying up into the sky out of the hole. They're like miles above the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait,
He's like, wait, what?
And he was like, what?
What?
And,
he's just like, he didn't know what just happened. He's just like,
yeah.
Because I guess he was like, because this part, I'm like, how did he use, because it's revealed that he used like supposedly 100% of his strength. And
yeah.
I guess he didn't realize that he was doing it.
Well, it's like they say, like it's like he said in this moment. I think he used the fight against Bakugo as an example, where in that fight he unknowingly, like when his emotions got riled up, he surpassed what he thought he could do.
Right.
And in that case, obviously, he was really hyped himself up.
So I got Eri, now I'm about to whip some ass.
Which let's be honest, like if Eri wasn't there, he would have just screwed himself in that fight because his legs would be broken or whatever.
He'd be liquefied.
Yeah, and then he would fail. So he got really lucky that Eri was using her quirk to rewind it.
Yeah, so he I guess he lost control, but luckily Eri was there. So, and she has that quirk. And I guess this is when like Night Eye talks to everybody, lets everybody know that Overhaul, like he lets everybody know, Uraraka and everybody else, that in the future Overhaul will kill Deku and escape with Eri. And then of course immediately Uraraka's like, nah, that ain't happening.
Yeah, and then like Deku's still falling through the air. Overhaul fuses with the big guy,
the bigger guy,
the brawler dude, and that. And then he looks up and he's just covered in blood. Like this dude is just dripping from his beak like blood, and he's not. It's like his psyche just snapped right there. He's like, okay, I don't care about being dirty anymore.
Right, yeah. So yeah, he goes up there. Well, before that, I guess Deku stops. He finally lands on the ground because it took them like 20 years to actually land on the ground. They were flying in the air for so long while everything else was happening. They land on the ground. Deku like realizes that he's not getting hurt because of Eri's quirk. He's just like,
but then it does start hurting him,
and then it starts hurting him
because
ripping
him out part from the
inside. Yeah. He's just like, it feels like we're getting torn apart on the inside, and he realizes that she can't control that quirk.
Yeah,
and then Overhaul, of course, comes in with the monologue.
Yeah, he actually had a pretty good analogy. He was saying like it did a flashback to whatever season 1, where like the only way he could use it was 100%. Like he couldn't control it. That's kind of what she's doing. She's just letting it out. She can't gauge it. So, which is hurting him. And then obviously Overhaul, like you said, comes out and he looks like a final boss of like an RPG video game. He's just got like 20 arms, just a giant like hybrid of human and monster and flesh.
If he had a giant eyeball on his chest, he'd look like something from Resident Evil.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You ever play like the first Earthbound or whatever?
I don't think I got
or the Super Nintendo one, I guess I should say.
Yeah. I played it.
The final boss is like a baby mutant monster thing. It kind of looks like that. Like all sorts of demonic nature. I don't know. It's weird looking. But so he's talking about Eri. He says like her quirk could remind you to a monkey if you knew how to do it right. And,
which I could be wrong, but I don't think that was in the Japanese dub. Maybe I just missed that part. I could have just missed that because I was too busy looking at the sweet animation to look at the subtitles.
Oh yeah. I know in both ones he basically says I was gonna use this to rewind humanity before like it became a mutation. Like think of like X-Men, how mutations weren't always a thing, but like they try to like reverse it in that. I think X-Men 2 or something. They to make a cure for it or something.
Yeah, no, X-Men 3, right?
Okay,
3 because they give it to spoilers. They give it to Magneto. And Magneto's like, what?
But even though it doesn't really get rid of his power.
Yeah, because at the end he like moves
double spoiler.
He moves the chess piece a little bit. It doesn't matter because that timeline just completely ended there, and they just like reset it in the future.
Yeah, they've reset that like 20 times.
Anyway. And guess what? Disney's about to reset it too.
Just like Fantastic Four.
Yeah, which that's fine because that last one was balls.
They call it Fan 4 Stick.
Yeah, they call it Fan 4 Stick because they were like, an A looks like a 4. You ever thought of that? Yeah. Some guy in the marketing. It's like, yeah, that's great. Okay, let's go bomb anyway. Just put it in there.
Yeah, and then Deku basically goes Super Saiyan, or as close as this series will ever go to Super Saiyan. He like just goes 100%, and he says, "Eri, lend me your power. Like your power is a blessing. It's not evil like he's saying it is." And not gonna lie, our boy looks pretty sick. He's
he
got
does.
the glowing green hair, and his body's all glowing. Just
He
pretty
looks
badass.
kind of like a Super Saiyan version of like Tetsuo from Akira.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
Because he has that long like hair like sticking right up, just like Tetsuo looks at the end of Akira. It's just like, yeah, a little bit like that. So so he's going Super Saiyan. Like, and immediately I'm like, oh, overall's done. Especially since I looked in it and I saw there was only 5 minutes left of the episode. I was like, oh, he's done.
That's not enough time for him to live.
No, it's either Deku's about to embarrass himself or he's about to embarrass this fool.
Imagine that, like, literally, like the other scenario where literally the 5 minutes is just Deku getting his ass kicked. You know, it's like he's just getting slapped around.
I can't save a little girl. He sucks. He's crying again.
All the other heroes are like, "Damn, Deku, you suck."
Even Night Eye is like on his deathbed, just like, "Man, you suck, bro." I saw this in the future that you suck.
Night Eye's like, "Man, I saw him die, but I didn't see it this humiliating." He just
I guess it's true. He did destroy my future because this is
he
way
does
worse
kill Deku emotionally.
That's way worse than what I saw.
But no, that's the opposite of what actually happens. Deku teleports again and just kicks this giant, massive opponent into the air.
Into the sun.
With one kick. I wanted to see like a twinkle, like, you know, the Team Rocket,
Team Rocket
blasting off again. Ding. But no, it wasn't quite that far.
So and then this is when we get the overhaul flashback. And I'm assuming the final one for a little while because he gets his ass beat. Anyway, so all right, so you have the overhaul flashback that I guess really goes more into his backstory, where it's him and his boss. The boss is berating him because he started some fight, and he also started like another like a
side business,
drug ring thing or whatever.
And
and the boss is just like, "Hey man, I appreciate that you're fighting for the thing. I know you're trying to pay me back for bringing you in." The boss seems actually like he's kind of cool.
He seems like a really level-headed like Yakuza boss. Like he's not mean. He's like I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they call
he's like he's bringing people in. He doesn't seem like, because he wants the Yakuza name not to be just like gangsters, I guess it seems like. He wants it actually to mean something. And of course this guy's just like, no, it's Yakuza, man. We got screw heroes. He's just like,
we gotta show our muscle, you know. We gotta be respected.
Yeah, which makes me think that, does the boss have a quirk? Because I mean, he got into power for some reason, right? In a world full of heroes, you think he'd have to have a quirk, right?
Well, he is older, so like, you know, as you go back in time,
that's true.
They're like rare, so maybe.
But Gran Torino has one.
People. Yeah,
and you can tell he's really old because he's really small. That's how you know in anime.
I love how anime does that. They make old people smaller. They just like shrink.
Like even like Recovery Girl, she's like 900.
Yeah,
years
maybe
old.
she was like 7 feet tall, like in her prime. She was just like beating people up with that medicine cane she has. And, like,
exactly. Yeah, she had a revealing costume. You know, you gotta.
Oh God,
it's anime. Well,
recovery girl with the revealing costume.
I mean, you had to. It's anime.
Just smooching people.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh. Here's a really cool. I didn't even know about this. I purposely didn't reread the manga section of this story, so this kind of caught me by surprise. But he was saying that like, oh, we're gonna make the drug for the villains, and then we're gonna make a cure for the heroes. And we're basically just gonna like fuel to get all this money. And
so he was gonna do the thing that the villains were doing, the League of Villains, where they're working on both sides. Kind of, they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna sell the serum to the heroes, and then the actual drug to the villains. Let them destroy each other.
Yeah, but it was, I didn't really get it because he made this whole speech like just 2 minutes before this about how he wanted to revert all of humanity from before quirks. So why would you like?
I guess to distract them, maybe.
I get, maybe like to build up the money through that and then take over when they're both weak. Yeah, okay.
Sense. I guess that. I also, what doesn't make sense is that why does he think heroes are going to buy it?
Yeah,
I guess some like lesser heroes. I guess that's what he means. Like just like heroes that are just like down in their luck and kind of shady would buy this.
Or I don't know. Maybe if like Endeavor lost his quirk, he'd want that shit back.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, Endeavor definitely would.
Yeah,
but so I see that. But I think right when they said heroes, they just showed like the top of My Hero Academia.
The reason this caught me by surprise is like they obviously never developed the cure yet, because otherwise they would just give it to Mirio. They would try to find it or something.
Right.
So I guess that's washed. They never make that. They never made that. I guess they only just made the 5 bullets for the erase, so they probably hadn't moved on to the rewind one yet. But
right, yeah. So all right, so you got you got that whole thing where he's just like, I'm gonna sell it to here and there, and then you find out that he's actually telling the boss this. Like, he's just like,
and then his boss is like, dude, you're talking about using a little girl to like do this.
Yeah, and he even says like, she's a little girl, man. Like, and it's my daughter, it's my granddaughter. He didn't mention that. He's like,
a bunch of I think like 5 or so episodes ago, that when we first saw the flashback with the boss, he was accusing him of losing his humanity. Yeah, and then they brought it up here again, like, oh, you're losing your humanity, dude. Like, sorry, I have to kick you out of the Yakuza. Like, you're going too far. And then,
the thing we all predicted is that he's the one that put the boss in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, well, I guess, I don't know what he did. I guess he maybe, like, broke something inside his body that he could remain alive.
Like, but maybe he, like, severed something in his spine, or I don't know. Like,
something like
made
that.
Him, but he can always, but he's like, oh, I can repair it later. And,
maybe he lobotomized him, actually.
Yeah, maybe. I think that probably.
Which now, I guess he's screwed because.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
What happens at the? No, that too. But I'm talking about at the end of this because
SP. Oh yeah.
But no, yeah. What you're thinking of next? He's definitely. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, he's really screwed.
No, don't worry. We're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, just get ready for next episode.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and now we get to like the hypest part of basically the whole episode.
Yeah.
So Overhaul. Okay. So I'm trying to do this part justice, and when I say that Overhaul looks so cool, how he's like transforming himself midair, like
he's doing like Skylanders stuff, where he's like snapping his body into different like bodies. Shout out to Skylanders.
Yeah.
Remember those?
And then we get I'll handle this part, and then you handle what happens afterward.
Okay.
That Deku unleashes like the
so
fist of God, like this multi hit like punch on Overhaul, and it's so crazy. It's like you don't ever see something like this in My Hero, like to this extent, and everything hits him like boom, like and then like 5 seconds later, you just see chunks like flying off of Overhaul. And it's like, oh my God, Deku just ruined this whole man's career.
He just ruined his whole man's career. He's just destroying him. He's just like laying down the pain.
Really just sick. Like that. Oh my gosh. It was so fluid too. I think that's part
the whole animation, cool. Like before he gets hit too, like there's a close up of like of his face, of Overhaul's face. And like his face looks like weird, but it's all like really fluid, the animation.
Yeah.
He's just looking up like shit.
He's almost like crying, like and then he lands the finisher blow. I'll let you handle this.
He lands the finisher blow on him, and he just takes what did he take, like his tail or whatever, and just like slam him to the ground.
So no, it cuts to the thing you were saying, how Overhaul, it shows his face, like look up as his like puppy dog eyes, like, oh shit. And you get a shot of Deku, and it just pans up his body, and he's like all black.
Where you're looking evil.
Like, and then it cuts to his face, and he is just pissed. Like, this is the most pissed you'll ever see Deku.
Right.
And then he just unleashes basically like the strongest punch he's ever done.
Where he like it looks like he kind of goes through him or whatever.
Yeah,
and he just like done.
And it's so strong, it basically
knocks
like
his mask
takes off all of Overhaul's like everything. His beak, his
beak is gone. His mask flies off.
Which I'm surprised it took that to get the beak off, but not the hundreds of punches he just took. Like
it's really strapped on well.
Yeah.
He put it through like 4 holes in the strap, so it was like really on.
It's like a belt buckle, like a thing.
It was like a belt buckle. But that was enough. About 5,000 fists in the sky. It looked like something from Pokemon. Whenever you do you see like a fist mark whenever you do like a Pokemon attack. It looked like that. One thing I do want to mention though is whenever he kept swapping his body parts.
Yeah,
like right before he gets his ass murdered. It was really cool animation. He would swap it to like big arm. He had a big arm, and then Deku said nah, and then he just had like he swapped it to like a bunch of like 2 big arms and a big legs and stuff. That didn't work. He just kept
you
getting desperate.
watched both the sub and the dub, so
They're
right?
both really good.
Did you notice? I kind of felt like Overhaul sounded cooler in the English one.
Yeah, you know what? I really like the Overhaul voice actor because he does a really good job of sounding menacing. Where the Japanese
when he's
dub,
calm, he sounds so like irritated
Yeah.
and like annoyed. But then like when he's like losing his like humanity, as the boss said, like you really can hear him breaking down. Like
yeah, exactly. He's
really
getting more and
losing
more
himself.
insane. What I really like is that he does the like when he gets really really pissed, like in this when he's like you heroes don't know shit, all right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm gonna bring it back down to nothing. He does a good job. Whoever the voice actor is, I'm not sure who it is. But,
I'm not sure either.
The Japanese dub is good too. It's just
Yeah.
it's more typical of a villain, I guess. Where this one it was a little bit, I don't know, it was a little bit more. What's the word I'm looking for? Unique, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah.
Consider.
And then we've got a nice kind of wrap up. Deku's on the ground, still just like
flaring up. He's just like, in super,
and then
Super Saiyan 2 level.
and Overhaul just passed out. He's done. He's
you
got the white eyes.
Too.
He don't even have pupils anymore. He's just gone.
Looking like the Undertaker, eyes rolled back into the skull.
the eyes you saw before, they're gone now. They're just like rolled back.
He's
knocked
done.
out. And Night Eye's like, hey, wow, the future I kept predicting, it's changed. I didn't see this.
Yeah, and Deku's just like, and then you hear the Deku narration, I'll smash that future, and it's just him in his badass like hero pose. And then he like cuts to like, I guess, black and white footage of Night Eye smiling, and then it just cuts to credits, and it's like,
I think it's like supposed to be like the, you know how the film, at the end of a film, it like burns out or whatever. I think it's kind of supposed to be like that.
Yeah. That happened before, didn't it? I feel like that happened before. We saw that before.
Yeah, I think so.
Didn't we see that in a few episodes ago?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened. Was it the Red Riot episode, maybe?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember, but I feel like we saw that before.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that was a great episode, especially the ending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The music, right when the music starts playing, they're like jumping for each other. It's just like,
yeah,
it's good. It's why anime can be both cheesy and great at the same time. Because we talked about how like in the beginning it had like a really cheesy moment, but like later on it gets like badass and still it's anime, so don't expect it to be like it's not John Wick or anything. But
but
it's superhero anime and it's badass.
Yeah, this episode more or less marks the end of this arc.
Yeah, pretty much
with Overhaul, and a lot of people complained. They some people weren't happy about it cutting between people all the time and. Then people thought it was kind of slower paced, but I guess specifically before they get to the hideout.
Right.
But I don't know. Considering this is easily the longest arc that was ever in the manga, this is definitely Overhaul's arc was definitely the longest one. I thought they did pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Overhaul's arc was long enough to take a couple episodes out of the last season, I guess. I mean, it wasn't really his arc, but it was his introduction, I guess. When we saw him the first time, and then like all of this season up until now has been about Overhaul, really, and Shigaraki shows up here and there, to be evil, But this is pretty much the ending of this arc. The next episode's an epilogue in a way, and then
it's like it's still kind of the arc, but it's like it's wrap up,
it's wrap up
and setting things up for what's to come.
Yeah, but I'm
is typical.
Yeah, it's typical of anime. Like we've seen that with pretty much every arc so far, like from My Hero. But you can say that about pretty much even all the anime I've seen. They all, which is not many, but has been. Which, by the way, I have like an anime like list of anime shows that I'm going to watch this year. So
I'm glad you took my recommendation to try this show back.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I've been wanting to watch it, but I heard you were talking about it too. I was like, all right.
And then I sent you that Blu-ray.
Yeah, you sent me the Blu-ray.
Yeah. And you're like, all right, I'll try it.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta do it. And then I just binged the whole
which is crazy.
Seasons.
You had an episode a day, like from like season 1 through 2, like an episode a day, sometimes 2 is crazy.
Yeah, well, I could have easily binged all that in like a week. But because I was doing a reaction, it's like a little hard.
Yeah, I got to
record
and
shit. And I have like a big light right next to me to illuminate me. I'm after like 40 minutes, it's already like Jesus. Like whenever I have to like watch like a 3-hour press conference or something, or like a award show, I'm just like, oh my god,
this sucks.
It sucks with the big ass light.
For me, it's mainly just sitting in the chair for that long.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't like sitting in a chair for like extended amounts of time. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, you have to get up, stretch. Yeah. I'm the same way. But yeah, I mean, this was a great episode, and I'm glad I watched it. Obviously, I'm not talking about the episode, just the series so far.
Yeah.
Of all anime, I'm glad I watched it now. I mean, when I did, because if I had to watch it like now,
and you had to catch up like through
70-something episodes, almost 80 episodes. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, that'd be trouble. Like I said, I don't think this is my favorite of all time. Like, it's really, really good. It's like a perfect episode, but still not my favorite.
No, I still love that muscular one.
Yeah, that one's great. Season 1 where All Might fights the Nomu, really good. I love the Stain episodes where they fight Stain in the alleyway. Oh, and then the Todoroki Deku fight. That's a classic.
And of course, the All Might versus All for One.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably my favorite one.
Yeah,
personally, that one's great.
The muscular one had just like that ending that I loved. I was just like,
oh yeah, where he stands up and the kid's like my hero. Yeah,
really
perfect.
Good. It's really good.
Too bad that's the fight that really messed up Deku's arm.
Yeah.
That was where he got like scars.
That's true.
Because he broke that shit like 5 times in that fight.
He just kept going.
Like, jeez, you're not even throwing your arm anymore. It's just like a mass that's still somehow attached to your body. It's like can you use your left arm, please?
I don't want to be the person. I guess Recovery Girl had to kiss that. I was like, I want to kiss that. It's like
I don't think it has to be like the exact body part. I think it's just like you kiss him anywhere on the body.
Oh, good, thank God, because it's like a pile of purple meat. I'm like,
it's just like it just has the texture of like pudding bags, like this, it's just like squishy.
Yeah, it's like wet. It's like pussing up. Like, no.
I love how that is the fight that made him realize he had to use his legs more.
Yeah, the big muscle dude. Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's like, hey, maybe I should use my legs more.
Yeah, and I guess it's also like a prelude to this whole arc because he's protecting a kid.
Yeah,
from a guy that's way stronger than him. So
yeah,
and
pretty much.
Unlike that one, he had a battery backup, I guess, with Eri. He's like, I'm getting low on energy. Just strap on the Eri and let's go.
Yeah,
100%.
Strap on the Eri bag.
Yeah. Which there's one line in the next episode which I love, which we'll talk about next week, but 2 weeks from now.
We could do that one solo.
Yeah, I think that would work
because
it'll be the end of the it'll be the end of the arc. So it'd be weird to talk about the end of the arc and the beginning of the next one, I guess.
Yeah,
but so we might just do that one separately.
By the way, I can't wait for the new intro. You're gonna get it before I am because you're gonna watch the Japanese one. But, yeah. The new arc is gonna be awesome. Obviously I won't say any spoilers, but like it's a nice change of pace from this. Like it's a little more. Like, there's still, like, action and stuff, but it's a little more upbeat and positive. Not like... You know how, like, Season 2 and 3 had moments where it was like, oh, just the students, like, doing student stuff?
Yeah. Like, the season,
Season
2, the games or whatever. I actually loved all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's still my favorite, when it comes to, like... Arc. Yeah, again, that's what I was going to say. It's like, it might actually be my favorite arc, technically.
It had the best, like... I know at that time you hated Bakugo, even though Bakugo was like in that a lot, like that time of the story.
When he won, he was pissed about it.
Oh, that was so funny. He's like strapped to because it's like a chain animal. They couldn't like let him.
He was like strapped down like Hannibal Lecter onto the first podium.
Yeah. Really and then All Might tries to like put the metal on him, and he starts biting it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, and All Might was still All Might back then too, which is good.
I haven't seen a lot of Bakugo this season, but
none almost at all. The only 2 times we saw him, he said his classic line, "Shut up." So
he said maybe like 6 words this entire season. It's crazy.
Shut up, Deku. And then he said, "Shut up,
and
Deku."
And Todoroki would be like, "We have to catch up to them." He's like, "Would you shut up already?" And like that's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Which I'm assuming the next arc we'll see him more.
Well, because they still got to do those the license thing, and they got to retake because they failed.
That's true. Also, we'll see him in the movie too.
Oh yeah, the movie. By the way, for anyone who's still watching this after an hour, the tickets go on sale the 31st of this month.
Yes, and it comes out February 27th. Right.
Yeah, it's either 27th or 28th.
You know what? They screwed up. They should have did it for the 29th because it's leap year. So.
Oh.
We got the 29th, right?
Yeah.
They should have did it.
Yeah, they probably should have.
I would love to have a movie ticket that says the 29th of February and be like, hell yeah.
I'll definitely see that day one, and then
yeah, me too.
I'd imagine that'll warrant its own discussion. So.
It should be the 29th, right? Because it is a leap year, I think.
How do you tell if it's every 4?
Well,
right?
it's every 4, so it'd be every yeah, it is, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It is 29, baby.
Nice.
366 days this year.
And everything I've heard about this movie, I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
obviously I haven't seen it yet because it's only in Japan. But the first movie was very okay.
I liked it a lot.
Like, it was really good, but like the story was like,
the story. The villain was kind of meh, but it was like the first one. I thought it had like probably still one of my favorite action sequences.
Oh, the ending was awesome.
Him and All Might teaming up. I was like, yo.
Which we talked about that. I understand why at the time they had wanted to do a flashback, like because at that time season 3 was going, but they wanted it to be like before season 3. Because they'll never be able to like do a movie with All Might and Deku fighting side by side again, so it makes sense that they.
Yeah, I'm glad, and that wasn't a part of the manga at all, right? So they had free range to do whatever they wanted.
I still think it's weird how none of the students questioned how Deku was managing to fight alongside
him and All Might.
They're all just like cheering him on from the side. No one's like questioning
even Bakugo's cheering him on, like go.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't you hate him still at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you still hate him at this point in the arc too, but whatever, you hate everybody.
Eternal hatred,
yeah. But I'm sorry when they're running together and then
All
Might and him jump up and All Might's doing that pose.
Oh, the T pose. Yeah, that was awesome.
Love it. He attacks him going T pose. So good.
Great. Yeah,
great stuff.
Being at the premiere of that in Anime Expo was awesome. All the fans were freaking out.
Yeah. I bet because my theater was more mellow.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's weird because I see pretty much not every anime, but a lot of the animes, the big ones that get premiered, and I feel like I'm always in the audience where they're just like, yeah, this is good. I like this. I'm just gonna chill out though. I'm not gonna react. And I'm just like, how come I couldn't get like a Marvel audience here where they're like every joke they're like because I would have been perfect for a movie like that. Like Dragon Ball.
A lot of anime people are kind of. I don't want to label this. It's not true, but like introverts, I guess. Like,
I
people
guess
who like anime, because people who are extroverted typically don't waste time watching anime, like us weirdos.
Yeah.
But I love anime, and I'm kind of an introvert.
Yeah.
So
I guess me too. I don't exactly know what that means, but yeah.
Oh, it just means like you just kind of keep to yourself more than like.
Oh yeah, sure.
Stuff.
Yeah. I don't like people, so.
That
makes sense.
You don't like me. Yeah. I don't like you.
I don't like you. I don't like you, Buster. And then do some Three Stooges shit.
Yeah.
Well, beginning with Three Stooges gag. You think the Three Stooges were like anime?
Repeat that.
It's a rhetorical question because it's a dumb one. I said, do you think the Three Stooges would like anime?
Oh, hell yeah!
Of course,
dude. I think that they would probably binge the crap out of this and probably like Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, they would love Dragon Ball. There's plenty of slapstick in there.
They probably write some skits with that, like pretend to do Kamehameha and then like, just slap each other with a turkey.
Hey, Namek or whatever, Namekian.
Yeah. By the way, rest in peace to the guy.
Bryce.
I guess the narrator for Dragon Ball Z passed away.
I think Christopher Bryce is his name.
Yeah.
The guy that would say next time on Dragon Ball Z. That guy.
Yeah, and he also voiced Namek, right? Or
Ginyu.
Captain Ginyu or something?
Yeah, Captain Ginyu. Yeah, who's an awesome character. One of my favorites. So it's really upsetting that he's gone. But yeah, he retired a long time ago.
Did Ginyu die in the show?
Captain Ginyu, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really early on, right? Like he was one of the first ones.
He was in the Frieza arc, obviously. And he was like halfway through the Frieza arc, I'd say. Because the Ginyu Force was like the first big one before Frieza.
Spoilers to a 30-year-old or whatever, 20-year-old show.
Spoilers to like a show that has been retold in 500 video games before, and through its own show with the Kai series where they just like condensed everything. But yeah, no. Well, he died at least. I won't say anything else. Just in case. But he died. I'm sure he showed up again in the past, in like the future or whatever. But because everybody comes back at one point.
Goku's died like 3 times, right?
Yeah, everybody's died about 15 times each. I think the only one I don't think has died are the ones that don't have the powers, which you think that's weird.
like Yamcha.
Well,
not Yamcha. Yamcha's probably died.
Yeah, Yamcha died like 3 times actually.
Bulma and
Bulma, Chi-Chi, the pig guy.
Wait, isn't he done? Isn't he not in the show anymore? The pig guy.
I don't watch Dragon Ball Super, but I wouldn't be surprised. But
they just like wrote him out. Didn't he wish for a pair of panties? And, like
everybody, you have to realize everybody in the show except the main characters are perverts.
Oh my god!
Like Master Roshi's a pervert.
Oh yeah, of course.
I guess young Goku is a pervert a little bit.
Yeah,
he's not anymore. He grew out of it. Now he just likes food. But
he moved on from the ladies to the hams.
Yeah, to the hams. Hell yeah. He likes to eat and he likes to fight. That's the thing I always love about Dragon Ball Z.
Fight. Yeah, he's very typical anime.
Yeah, but like that's what I loved about Dragon Ball Z characters. They would always like wait for the villain to get stronger just so they have a better fight later. Like there's a point where a character is fighting another character, and the way that other character can get stronger is by consuming another character. And
wow.
And that character's like, go ahead, do it. It's just like, and he's like, all right, and he consumed it and got stronger just so they had a better fight. So that's what I love.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a great anime. I don't know if you know this. Dragon Ball Z pretty good.
Yeah, it's so good that the fights span 12 episodes each.
Yeah, which it might be long, but that's it. That's all I think I was to say. It's a little too long. That's why they made Dragon Ball Kai. Just watch that. I heard that's pretty good.
Yeah,
they condensed that a lot.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah, from what I heard. But anyway, so it was a great episode.
Yeah, it was episodes.
That's true. They're both great episodes.
Three in a row, or I'd imagine 4 in a row if the new one is good.
Yeah,
like the new one.
It's real good. I haven't obviously I haven't heard any English yet, but I'm sure it's good.
Yeah,
but
and then I cannot wait for Festival Arc. It's gonna be great.
The Festival Arc? That's the next one?
Yeah, that's they've already started like promos and stuff on YouTube for it, but yeah, Festival Arc is the next arc. It's definitely I was looking forward to Festival Arc more than Overhaul Arc.
Really?
Yeah. I know it's weird. I really like Overhaul Arc, but I remember it being pretty long in the manga, and it's pretty long in the anime too. But that's okay because
the Festival Arc makes more sense for it to be I guess a short one. Just the way it sounds.
Shouldn't take too long. Yeah. There's
only
12 episodes left now.
12 episodes.
Yeah,
which I guess is fine. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and this one took 14, and this was a long arc. So, and imagine like a simple normal arc will take 12. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So.
But that was a great episode. It was what were the episodes called? An Unexpected Hope or whatever.
Yeah, Unforeseen Hope, and then 100%.
Yeah, Infinite 100%, which is awesome. That's an awesome title.
Sweet.
But so great episode, and I guess I could say the next episode is great. So I'll go to that one. Yeah.
All right. So we've said all we want to say, plus a little bit more.
Plus Ultra.
Yeah, plus ultra.
Or as they said in
Damn
this
me
episode,
for not thinking of that.
As they said in this episode, plus Ultra.
Yeah, plus Ultra. Like there's that guy in the stands waving the flag like barely like plus Ultra.
Yeah, they said it.
I just thought that was so. It took me out of the moment, honestly.
Watching it because I watched it in Japanese first and it sounded fine. I was like, girl power. But then
it reminded me of that scene in Infinity War or at Endgame where it was just like we have to have all the women in this scene. Like, I got nothing against girl power by all means, but like, if you're gonna do it, like do it right.
Yeah, do it right. Like what? I got crap for saying that for Endgame too. It's just like it was like
that scene took me out of the movie.
It didn't make any sense too because nobody else needed to be there. Captain Marvel could just like flew up into the sky.
Like let's. Here's a huge battle for the sake of the universe going on. Let's take a break. Let's gather all the women. Let's have a cool charge going forward.
Well, they got the Wasp is here. It doesn't make any sense. Captain Marvel, like Spider-Man says, how are you going to get that over there, Captain Marvel, person who has the most strength of anybody that can single-handedly defeat Thanos if he doesn't have an Infinity Gauntlet? How are you going to take that over there when you could fly all the way up in the sky and all the way into space in 5 seconds and just land right back down to where you want to be? How are you going to do it? Like I got Shuri, the girl from Black Panther. She has technology. She'll help me. I got Iron Man's wife, or what's her name, Pepper Potts. She'll help me.
I forgot her name. I mean, those are all like cool fighters and stuff. But you're gonna have them like just gather. It just took me out of it. It was my only
it's a good shot. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's a cool shot, but it's just like it just took me out of the moment. Like I'm just like watching this fight, and it was like okay,
it was fan service. Like
get this out of the way, Disney. Just get it over with. Rip it off like a Band-Aid. I get it.
Yeah, which that movie did fan service right for the most part.
Yep.
But not that part. Like, that part was just, like, obvious, you know? This is like, okay, that was just there for, like, people in the crowd to say, yes, queens, slay! Which, I only say that because that was my theater all 3 times I saw the movie.
Really?
Yep. And the 2 times
gosh.
I saw Captain Marvel. Which is fine. Hey, if you like that, that's great. I mean, you know how many times I seen a Marvel movie, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. Bros for life or whatever. So...
I mean, yeah, to be fair, Ragnarok, the entire movie was just a bro trip with Hulk and Thor. So.
Yeah, I mean, Valkyrie was cool, but for the most part, it was just like Loki and Thor and Hulk broing it out.
Broing it out. Literally, there's a scene that's like a hot tub scene with Hulk and Thor, like, naked in the hot tub. Like,
broing it out.
Broing out, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
even Marvel movies have the anime bathroom scenes. So
yeah.
They should have filmed it like that. There's a pervert trying to look at Hulk naked. What's his name? The little munchkin guy.
Mineta.
Yeah, he's there.
That was a funny scene. So far, like, just to wrap it up, this video. What's your favorite season so far? 1, 2, 3, or is 4 shaping up to be?
Well, I watched the first 2. I binged it, so it feels it almost feels like the first 2 are just like one really long season to me.
Yeah.
Where the season 3 I binged like half of it because I think it was already halfway done by the time
and then you had to slow
down.
And
then I had to slow down week by week, which was like the same way I watched Game of Thrones, that felt jarring. It was just like I watched 4 seasons, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta wait now. But yeah. So I'd say I want to say season 2, but when did season 1 end? What was the last thing that happened? Do you remember?
Season 1 ends with All Might's fight against Nomu. Because that season was only 12 episodes long.
That's true. Yeah, it was short.
And then 2 went from the sports thing where they all fight in the tournament, and then it ended with going through the stain stuff.
Oh, right. Okay. I really like the muscular stuff, but I think the last half. The last half of season 3 was kind of weak in comparison.
Yeah, the license arc. Yeah. Where they're trying to get through the test and stuff. There's a lot of like funny moments in that, like when Bakugo's freaking out because these people are idiots, they're trying to rescue and like.
And the fight between him and Deku was good.
Oh yeah, that was a good way to end it.
Yeah,
that was really really good.
But I think there's a lot of like filler, which I don't remember there being a lot of filler in season 2.
No, not really. There's only 1 filler episode.
Oh yeah,
in 2,
that's
and
the
Froppy.
One, right?
Yeah.
What's her name? Froakie or Froppy? Because they call her Miss Ribbit actually in the Japanese dub, which I thought that was weird. Yeah, they call her Miss Ribbit. I think that's what one character called her at least.
And then season 3 had that Momo one where she fought the rich girl, and that wasn't in the manga. That IQ girl.
Oh yeah. I remember.
So yeah, I think season 2 was my favorite just because. I thought I don't know.
I had the most character. I mean, until this season, I guess. The season's not over, so I can't say this is my favorite yet because they get. I guess you said the manga festival stuff is great, but I guess they could they could screw it up. There's always a chance. Like I doubt.
Yeah, this season, my only complaints. I felt like some episodes were kind of like meh. Like literally a whole episode was him trying to get the stamp from Night Eye. That was a whole episode.
Yeah.
The picture episid, the beginning one was weird.
Very weird.
It was fine, but it was just like that weird moment, and like I felt I felt like the build up to the hideout raid was a little too dragged out sometimes.
Yeah.
But once they got in there, it was like one thing, like bam, bam, bam,
it just
bam,
kept going.
This one, so
which I like a show that can continue its momentum for a little while. And knows when to like, all right, let's slow it down now. Maybe it's a little bit too much. And this one I thought was like a good 7 episodes of like either build up and then pay off, and then we're gonna cool down from it. Yeah.
All right, so
I would say
that'll do it. This episode's already an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah, which makes sense actually. It's funny because the first episode we did, episode 12, I guess. It was 12, right?
Yeah, I think.
That one we got done in 16 minutes. I was like, whoa, this is going to be a quick video. And then an hour later. I mean, it makes sense because the 13th episode is pretty big. But
Yeah.
For
sure.
Yeah. But so great episode again. The My Hero movie's coming out soon. My Hero, the second game is coming out also. So we got plenty of My Hero this year.
Oh, yeah.
We got a lot of My Hero this first half of the year.
Yeah.
So
I'm okay with it.
yeah, I'm okay with it too, man. I'm excited.
It's not like Rick and Morty where it's like huge gaps between stuff.
That's
like,
true. Every 5 episodes, it looks like we'll have to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which all right. In between seasons we'll have to wait even longer, and then 5 episodes in we'll have to wait. Which I'm proud that you finally watched Primal.
Yeah, I'm on episode. I just watched 2 or 3. I had to stop that for a little bit because I got a copyright issue, but I'm going to be starting that up again next couple of days.
Yeah,
but Primal's awesome so far.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's great.
Genny Tartakovsky, my boy.
Yes.
Chest pound.
Yeah, chest pound. Yo, represent.
Yeah.
Wherever you
Watch
are.
Out. Watch out. Yeah.
But yeah. So there you go. That's My Hero. What's it called?
12 and 13.
Anime Shenanigans.
Anime Shenanigans episode insert here in the title.
Yeah, right here. 8, 9, 10, 11, something.
Yeah.
One of those numbers. Anyway, there you go.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.